Good morning, everybody. On behalf of Jamal Institute of Management, Jamal Mohammed College, I would like to welcome all the person. First, I would like to welcome our resource person, who many of you will be knowing about him, Dr. K. Abdul Samad, who was the former director of Management Institute, MBA Institute, and now he is the present assistant secretary of our college. He is going to give a talk on career perspective of post-COVID-19, which is a needed topic for today's world because we are facing a lot of problems. So how we are going to start out? This is mainly for the students. They should be able to understand it. And if you have any doubt, you can ask the queries because you will be left, you don't know what to do. So this is a pathway for you, or else it is an opening way for you to know about all these things, and it is better for everybody to keenly understand the session. I would like to welcome our faculty members. Many of them are there, and apart from the technical problem, that is the programmer, former programmer, and research scholars, and our students. And if anybody else is there, I also welcome you all for this session because I don't want to go in to prolong this session because already we had a technical problem and we are starting it a little bit late. Okay, so thank you one and all, and be present in the session for full hours. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request our Honorable Assistant Secretary Sahib to
start the session.
Hello, sir. Good morning. Hello, is it clear?
Yes, sir. It is clear, sir. Is it clear?
It's clear, sir.
Yeah, okay. So happy morning to one and all gathered here. My sincere apologies for the delay due to the technical problem. And I'm very much thankful to the director of Jamal Institute of Management and the faculty members and the supporting team who has rectified the technical issues, Professor Arman Salik, Dr. Sivanesan, and other people, and my doctoral scholars and our institute supporting team, the programming team. So happy morning to one and all gathered here. On behalf of the Jamal Institute of Management, Jamal Mohammed College, on behalf of the management committee and principal, I welcome you all for this webinar series. And this is the first webinar series for myself, placement career perspective post COVID-19. And earlier, during the doctoral presentation for my synopsis viva, that was the first research thing. And this is my first academic presentation. So I am very much thankful to all of you. So well, good morning, Jamites. How are you? So nice to meet you all. And today, based on the current situation, which is going on now, the current pandemic situation, which we are going to discuss now. So, in my presentation, first I shall discuss about the current business school scenario, the management education scenario, how it is going on during this pandemic period, during this COVID-19 pandemic period. And later I shall move on to the placement part. In case of in the placement part in my presentation, I have divided into, first of all, the corporate placements, right, which we are focusing, and the second part which deals with the startups incubation and entrepreneurship. Like that, I have divided my presentation, and later on we can have the queries. So, well, my dear Jamites, from March onwards, the lockdown and this the lockdown period which has been started. So institutions, the entire institutions has been closed in our country and across the world also. So different pandemic crisis is going on. So all the entire nations, they face stiff challenges to overcome this COVID-19. And in our country also, our government, the central government, and as well as all the state governments, they are taking more stringent measures to save the people, to safeguard all the entire community which is going on. So, in this today's situation, I think you have gone through various webinars. You have attended various webinar sessions which is going on, and recently in Hindu also a different article, I think on Monday, the lessons from the pandemic, an article which has come, which has been published in Hindu. It is very good to read that article. So today in this current scenario, what is happening? What are the major shift, dynamic changes which is going on for in case of higher education, in case of management education, the changes in the academic environment, and the present the students community, what do they face? What sort of uncertainties? Because there is more uncertainty which is there now. So the students which they are facing now. So changes in the academic environment, and the Gen Z students are there, and presently the Alpha Gen. So those students are those students community which is available now. So now presently we are moving towards the digital transformation, the blended learning, or in case of blended learning or digital transformation, like that which is going on. The academic part which is changing now, the flexible learning system. So based on this transformation, what do you mean by blended learning or digital learning concepts, which is the concept of digital transformation? So how to face the challenges, how the institutions, the academic bodies have to face the challenges, and the management schools, particularly in case of business schools, how they are going to proceed further, because the past education, the earlier education, that was a different scenario, a manual system. But now to reach the students community and to reach the everyone, so we have to shift over to blended learning concept, or the flexible learning concept, in case of the online education. So that is the digital transformation. So to reach the students, and different aspects which we have to proceed further. So the entire learners, we need to adopt a new environment, and the faculties, they have to proceed to the online online system mode. That has to be done, and customer delight has to be the customer delight which is there now, and now it is called as the customer efficacy, which has been currently used. So based on the social distancing, if we need to proceed to the next level, social distancing should be followed, and we need to follow the hygiene requirements. So how the institutions, how the higher education bodies, right, and the management institutes, management schools, how they have to sustain, the key to the sustainable future. What are the keys? How to sustain in this situation? So certain strategies, management schools, they have to follow the management strategies. They have to shift from the earlier system to the new system. Earlier, it was the experts, they used to call it as the survival of the fittest. If we need to survive, we need to follow certain stringent steps has to be done. Very good branding, professional branding should be carried out by the management institutions. So that was the survival of the fittest. But now the experts, they say it as the survival of the quickest. That is coming up now. So we need to find out what is our thought process. What is our thought process? That has to be find out in this present situation. And institution and the companies, they have to, the organizations, they have to reskill, they have to revitalize the talent pool. That has to be done. So in case of the major shift which is happening now from physicality to virtuality, from the physical thing to physicality to virtuality, from rigidity to flexibility, the flexible mode which we need to adopt hereafter. For example, the online collaborative learning. There's a new concept called as OCL, online collaborative learning. And there's another European open university system which is called as the CATS, Credit Accumulation and Transfer System is there. That is an European online education system. So these kind of new models which has to be followed by the higher education institutions, colleges, management schools, universities, etc. So that is the concept of flexible learning. So, and faculty, they need to possess digital competency, which is coming up now. They should possess the digital competency, and it should be a digitally qualified teacher. That is coming up now. So what is the mobility of learners between institutions? What is the mobility of learners between institutions, programs, and the level of various studies? So this has to be analyzed, and learner freedom should be there. Learners, students' freedom or learners' freedom should be there. So, and diversified scale of measurement, flexible learning linkages, that is coming up now. So this is a brief introduction about the perception and what is the perception for management education for business schools, and the experts, they have given these ideas. So hereafter, transforming the skill sets to come out of the comfort zone, the experts, they say that educators need to be entertainers. Entertainment in the sense, not like a kind of a fun or like that, but experts' point of view, their suggestions, they say that educators, they need to be entertainers, and the knowledge transfer, the wisdom, the knowledge transfer should be done, it has to be transferred to wisdom transfer. So that is needed in the part. So these are all the certain views and suggestions from the experts. So some predictions, some future predictions, which has been given by experts. So we have to proceed further. We have to cope up with these challenges, and we need to follow it up. So that is going on. So well, now getting into the placement content. For example, I think the students are listening. Normally, how do we proceed about it's not moving. Yeah. Okay, getting into the subject content. Today's schedule, which is about the placement scenario. The key to success is to focus on goals, but not obstacles. So, well, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow Gemites, normally the placement scenario in institutions, in colleges, in management schools, the placement team, the placement coordinating team, they used to take up the initiative, the institutions, they have to take up the initiative and they would be doing it. But now the situation which is shifting over to the video conferencing board. Most of the hereafter, based on the recruiter's point of view, the recruitment, I think it would be proceeding towards video conferencing board. In this video conferencing platform, the campus placements, campus schedule, it would be done. So what are the COVID-19 challenges faced by Indian business schools presently in this COVID-19 period? First of all, likelihood of placement scenario in business schools. What is the current placement, recruiting, hiring scenario in management schools? That we are going to see now first. And secondly, impact on summer placements, final placements, internship like that, projects, impact on summer placements, and impact on international placements. The international scenario, in case of the international scenario, which faces a very huge challenges which is going on. So this is the first we are going to discuss now. Bharat, it's not moving. So well, impact of COVID-19 on placements in Indian business schools. The economic activities have slowed and normal business has temporarily stopped in major economies. Based on the current situation, the entire economic activities, it has slowed down, and the normal business, the regular functioning, it has been temporarily stopped due to this pandemic. Most of the industries, all the sectors which faces stiff challenges which is going on now, which you are visualizing it in different situations. Companies are likely to stop hiring temporarily unless the situation becomes normal. But based on the situation, it would take more time, definitely. So companies, they have stopped the hiring process, and according to the situation, when it comes normal, they may again start the process. But now there's more need for the there's more need for in case of health aspects, in case of health management and other health related job orientation, which has more need is there. The placement process is likely to deviate from the usual functioning. You have to note it here. Students must note it here. The placement process is likely to deviate from the usual functioning. Earlier, we contact the companies, the placement officer, the placement authorities, they contact the organization, work out the schedule, right? Starting from the month of September or October, they start the process for the 2-tier and 3-tier institutions, and it goes on up to April, like that it goes on. But now it has, from the usual scenario, from the usual functioning, it is going to change. First of all, you have to note it here. In case of premier B schools, in the top business schools, more companies are willing to come, but since the batch gets placed earlier, some companies don't get the chance to hire. For example, there are around 50 companies. They visit the top institution, premier B schools. And the placement authorities, they are given the slots. Normally, the students in the top list, in the top 20 or 25, in that list, the top students, they may get placed over. But the rest of the companies which they are joining later, so good students, they may get placed, and the other part which should be moving on further. So that kind of thing is available. So some companies, they later on, the recruiting organizations which they join, they may not get the chance to hire. So that kind of situation is there. And to maintain relationship from business schools for the future, some companies might hire with a limited scope. So they need to maintain the relationship. They need to maintain a good corporate rapport with the institutions. Some companies might hire within their limited scope. They may visit them or visit the institution, or they'll move through the video conferencing method. And in case of compensation, their package, the compensations part is likely to remain the same. And new organizations coming to campus will hire even though they themselves might be reluctant, because we have to see it here. They may be a little bit reluctant to hire the students because of this current situations. Their salary, their compensation part, it may be lessened. So those kind of financial difficulties definitely will be there, which is going on now. So they may be more reluctant to visit the campus. And because when the business atmosphere is not same, they need talent to run their companies. See, in case of the 2-tier and the 3-tier institutions, this outbreak might be a double whammy. Students, you take it over here. For the 2-tier and the 3-tier institutions, this outbreak might be a double whammy. Less number of companies would be interested to hire from that, and also some visiting companies might opt out from the placement process as they have the bargaining power. So organizations, they may be less interested to visit the 2-tier and the 3-tier institutions. I have seen in some articles, for in case of premier institutions itself, some students, they may not get placed. Some may opt for entrepreneurship, or they may have their own business. In case of this corporate placements, in Premier Business School itself, they may not be placed over according to this current situation. So that is the scenario for top institutions, for premier institutions. For the 2-tier and 3-tier colleges, so this kind of situation may arise. Okay. And the concept of parity, compensation may also drastically reduce in colleges when compared to the top business schools. Concept of parity, it is applied for top management positions only, not to the other middle level or lower level management positions. If the situation comes under control in coming to 2 or 3 months, like which is going on, if it is comes under control, placement prospect of top business schools is not going to be affected. It may not affect, but it is continuing and continuing. When it is going to end, okay, which is in the hands of Almighty. To be affected much, but in case of other colleges, it might be a large impact. It would extend more, and the impact would be more huge. Right. Next, coming on to the summers and the final placements, what is the impact for summer internship and the final placements? Definitely, there will be a dip based on this recession. For in case of summer internship, there will be a more dip will be there. There will be a huge impact on students who are currently going to join summer internship in this in the summer periods from April, May, like that. Companies don't want to take the risk of evaluating students in a short time. Organizations, corporates, they may not take more risk for the evaluation process, evaluating students in a short time. And this year, as many students are being offered work from home, because most of the organizations, according to the government regulations, government authorities and bodies, they work from home now. We are working from home. All the meetings, programs, it has been scheduled from work from home concept. They may not get projects that that are generally offered to some summer interns. So that situation is there. There will be students who work on projects after the lockdown is lifted, and they would not get sufficient time because of academic constraints from business schools. Next. Will there be any difference in the impact on summer and final placements, or the impact will be similar? This question has been raised by the expert. Some companies have rescinded the internship offers because of COVID-19 outbreak. Because of this coronavirus outbreak, many companies, many corporates, organizations, they have rescinded the internship offers. Many business schools are considering to reduce the upper cap of work experience required to make internship optional. See, many business schools, they are considering to reduce the upper cap of work experience required to make internship optional. So the summer internship may be optional part. And colleges are introducing an extra course in place of internship for students who still fall in the mandatory brackets. And regarding the pre-placement offers, the PPO, next year summer internships are likely to be usual. And because companies will have the option of whether they want to offer a PPO, whether or not, whether they wish to offer a pre-placement offer, could be offered or not, so that they have to decide. And in other business schools, summer internship may be hugely affected. See, in case of the other 2-tier and 3-tier institutions, there may be a huge impact may be there for the other institutions. And in case of the upcoming final placements, will be less affected in top business schools. In case of premier institutions, there will be a less impact. But for 2-tier and 3-tier MBA B schools, the current summer placements, internships, as well as the upcoming summer and final placements will have a drastic impact. Because the situation is going on, because I have compared the premier institutions and the other institutions. And the next aspect, it goes with, in case of the international placements. In case of the international placements, because traveling is not there, there's no traveling, but now due to various consequences and various restrictions, some permissions has been allowed to travel further. But in international placements, impact of summers and final placement is likely to be the same, but to a different degree. For summer internship, many international companies take internship and other aspects as well as the international locations. But in final placements, fewer companies come for international locations. In case of final placements, only few organizations, they may opt for international location because of the travel hindrance and other air travel hindrance like that. So this year, many international summer internships have been cancelled, and in some cases, work from home has been given as internship started after coronavirus outbreak, and many countries have stopped allowing international flight operations. So that is that. So this is about a brief stint about international placements. And what are the other challenges that the present community, the student community, and institutions and other bodies which they are going to face? Hereafter, we need cross skill set people, right? Okay, after this post-COVID-19, I have mentioned in my final slides in the entrepreneurship incubation part, okay, after this post-COVID-19, after this coronavirus outbreak, there will be more incubative assignments, and entrepreneurship shall be the future, which has been mentioned in a particular area. Corporate placements will be there, it would exist, but the future shall be the entrepreneurship and incubation projects. So cross skill sets people are needed. More technology transfer, digital transfer which is going on. Technology may take up the role. Technology will create new jobs which requires new skills. We need add-on skill sets. The regular usual skill sets will be there. It would be in some areas only it would be supportive, but digital competency, okay, which is needed for these kind of new jobs. For example, there will be a need for wellness manager, the health assignments, health management recruitment will be more. That is the current scenario, wellness manager, and social media platform, digital media platform, digital marketing platform shall take up a very good lead, which has been said by experts. So, and therefore, the students and the other and faculties, you should be prepared to be a lifelong learner. You should be a continuous learner. A lifelong learning capacity should be there. And you need to revitalize, repurpose your skill set. Students or employees should repurpose their skill sets. You need to revise your skill sets. Okay. And now I am getting into the entrepreneurship and incubation research. See, low job placements may lead to spurt in startups. This part is about completely entrepreneurship and startups. The CEO of, I have mentioned some quotes here, you can go through it. The CEO of Forum for Innovation and Incubation Research and Entrepreneurship, FIRE, he said that the prevailing condition due to the COVID-19 had impacted the lives of every person. It is not an emergency which will wane easily. He says that the prevailing condition due to COVID-19, it has given a large impact for everyone. It is not an emergency which will wane easily. Next. The situation has created uncertain future because we are in uncertainty. We couldn't take any decision to proceed with our education. So therefore, the situation has created an uncertain future which has also opened up a lot of opportunities, particularly for our country. The economy has been hit the most. Job cuts, there will be job cuts and salary cuts because of these immediate reactions. And the purchasing power will also take a hit because based on the financial problems. So purchasing power will also take a hit. Innovation and application of existing technologies in new ways are going to be the way forward. We need to innovate. I mean that Hindu article also, they have said about living, L-I-W-I-N-G. They said about living, innovating, and we need, there was another concept we need to sustain. That was being said in that article. The same concept, we need to innovate and we need to apply the digital technologies hereafter. And the principal of Don Bosco College of Engineering, FETODA, he said that the prolonged lockdown has indeed affected in certain ways the overall job placement scenario this time. Due to the lockdown, it is not possible to visit the colleges, but some companies have initiated through online placement drive because it's not possible to visit the institutions, so we need to proceed to through video conferencing mode. And the managing director of Maxis Learning Technologies Private Limited, he expresses that the job placements, recruitments is moving in slow motion for most of the organizations. And from the hotel sector, from the hotel industry, India is the largest, seventh largest in tourism by GDP and revenue. It's around 9.2% of the GDP. So because of this COVID, the COVID has become the biggest destroyer of placement of job. And artificial intelligence, AI and EI, data analytics, it would take up a major role. And the 3 C's, creativity, communication, and collaboration is there. Hierarchy will be flatter, and in case of Swiggy, there will be more layoff will be there. And from the FMCG sector, which you may be aware about, multitasking. We need the present human resources. They should possess the multitasking capability, multitasking caliber, which is needed over. And change before the change. And job loss may be there. It would be surely it would be there. And we have to change ourselves. Maximum productivity with minimum manpower. There will be maximum productivity which is needed with the minimum human resource. And future is only in campus interview will be through video conferencing. And my dear students, what are the skills which is presently needed? Skills will demand AI, the artificial intelligence, data analytics platform, which has taken up a very good lead. And there will be more openings for digital marketing. In case of digital marketing, more researches has been done now in digital marketing area. So, that options are available for you. Cyber security, health management again, nutrition and chemical engineering, psychological counseling and yoga, meditation and dieting. So these roles are available, which is available now, and the skill sets which is needed in those areas. And we need to reposition. You need to reposition the skill sets, repositioning your products, food from grocery, revise the product mix. We need to revise the product mix, and we need to retarget from international to local brands. Strategies for organizations, strategies for the companies in the next 2 years. So this has to be followed. Reposition your brand, revise the product mix, and retarget from international to local people. So in case of innovation and startups, so this has been in today's Hindu, in the I think in the last pages in the business column, one company, one organization, Lakshmi, Loyal Mills, the Loyal Textile Mills, they have started about a new kind of a triple mask production. This PP concept has been done. Personal protective equipment, a new kind of a mask has been launched by the Loyal Textiles Group, which has been mentioned in published in Hindu today. What are the key reasons for innovation to prosper in any given society is when the society is challenged for its basic needs. So what are the basic needs? What are the current needs of the industry which they have to focus? We have seen and experienced the spurt of innovative and sustainable solutions to various challenges put forth by the pandemic. In case of ventilators, more ventilators are needed. And now our country, we have purchased from US, which you are aware, and personal protective equipments, which is needed more, masks, shields, and other aspects, diagnostic equipments, and among others, which is needed now. So Thus, we will see a spurt in new ideas cropping up and people taking the route of commercializing the ideas by setting up startups. So, in future, after this COVID period, startups, innovation, right, incubation projects shall take up a major thing. So, what are the future trends in case clean energy, drone technology that may take up a lead, food and agriculture, diagnostics, and PP, personal protective equipments, which the future areas of investments. So this these aspects, these industry, they may take up a lead. So it is clear that in the post-corona world, entrepreneurship will see a major spike. Entrepreneurship may take up a huge spike. Reskilling and learning the basic ropes of business are the needs of the hour. Making use of the quarantine period is all the more critical, and several online programs, it is under help now. It is under more supportive now, because most of the meetings, it has been done through online programs now. Different online program, different online modes which has come now. So these aspects, the students, they need to focus. Entrepreneurship development programs and boot camps, the number of students interested in startups is increasing. So this is also increasing now. So these aspects in related to the placement scenario, the current placement scenarios like that, flexible learning, virtual learning, digital transformation, blended learning. So these concepts which they are going to take up. So the intellectual capital and my views for the faculty members, intellectual capital who work with the business schools, management institutions, and other colleges and universities. So this we need to, you have to focus. So I have given some aspects, some future consequences based on my interest in placements for our students, which we need to focus. And earlier, when Jamal Institute of Management was started in the late 2000 and other periods, the placement profile, the placement yardsticks, it was more tough. We faced various critical situation for the early batches, because I have been in my recruitment in the placement field for around 9 years. From the starting batches, I have followed up. And in 2003, we released our first placement pack. I think so. In 2003, we released over. And more efforts we took up for the campus placements, different wide traveling. I used to do different to different locations, and I faced about some kind of a bitter situation, because you should know it well. Some bitter situations in few organizations which I have faced, because, for example, they may give an appointment today. That appointment, it may postpone to the other day, like that in different locations. With the placement officer, I used to travel with them, and later I took up the task and I moved on to meet the companies. In some organizations, I can mention those in organizations, they have visited our campus. They used to give a very good posh treatment. Some HR managers, authorities, CEOs, vice presidents, they have given a very good treatment, a good treatment they have given for me. So they have visited the campus many times, and there was a very good rapport and relationship with our institution. So inshallah, it is now also it is continuing now. And now presently we have a very good placement team is there, director, faculty members, and the placement authorities are there. They are carrying it forward, which is going on now. So this is the situation. So I am very much thankful to the management committee, principal and director of Jamal Institute of Management who has given this opportunity, placement officer and my fellow students and my PhD scholars who have supported for this interaction with you. So wish you a good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
So coming to the conclusion of our webinar, I would like to begin by thanking our speaker of the day. It was a very thought-provoking, motivational talk regarding the placement impact post-COVID-19. You have explained us clearly how a disease can change the entire way everything works, especially with respect to education, placements, how it's going to affect the career. You have discussed various summer internships, the impact it has had, and how it has changed to online. And the pre-placement officers, the pre-placement offers, which may be or may not be given by the companies. You have explained about that also. Moving on, you have also focused on the job losses it has created, how it will be rectified, and how the entrepreneurship is going to have a spike post COVID-19, and how they will revitalize, retarget, rebrand their companies and go forward. And rebranding, product mix, everything changes. So like you have said, it was very clear. The subject was very clear. Thank you very much. You have also highlighted the flexible learning, virtual learning, how our faculty methods of teaching is also going to change, the international placements.
Okay.
Thank you for highlighting all around the overall topics around placement and teaching and so on. Thank you very much, sir. I would also thank the management committee and our principal for facilitating this webinar. My learned colleagues, the director of Jamal Institute of Management. Thank you very much, sir. And a special thanks to Dr. Sivanesan, who we faced some technical problem, who acted swiftly and rectified the problem for us. So thank you very much, sir. Thank you all for the participants who are patiently listening.
Yeah, we can have the questions now. Any queries?
If you have any queries, the students, if you have students or faculty members, if you have any queries, you can put forward. Thank you. You can unmute and you can speak.
Any questions from students?
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Audible?
1 minute, sir. Senthil sir, 1 minute.
Hello, Sindhil.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell
Thank
me.
you. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your model speech for us. You are inspiring all of us to make this type of presentation, webinar presentation. Your
Sure,
content is very good and up to
Yeah.
the mark. And
Sure.
you cover most of the areas of COVID-19 from the education field to medical field also.
Yeah,
We are
definitely.
very happy to hear, sir.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I think from Revati, think she has raised a question. So one question. What about the selected students who are placed in a college in our recent placements?
Aktarsha sir has asked a question.
Continue.
He is asking how ICT will be useful in rural areas. Will be successful.
Yeah, hello, Akhtar. Hello, Akhtar.
Yeah, I'm listening, sir. I'm hearing, sir. I'm hearing.
Yeah. How the ICT will be successful
Yes, sir.
in rural areas?
We have many remote places where there is no water, there is no electricity.
Yes.
How the ICT will be successful for rural people, rural students.
Yeah, from in case of information technology, government they have to take steps. That is I think in various aspects also in various interviews they were asking the same question in webinars also. How it is possible? So
Yes, sir.
the government must take steps for the internet connectivity.
Yes, sir.
I think yesterday in the news itself, there was one girl student. She is I think the remote area in a hilly region in Tamil Nadu Kerala border, and through different traveling sources, transportation arrangements has been done, and then she went to write her exam. Okay, she was not having any internet connectivity or anything else, but
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
but the present student community, they have the Android facilities and mobile connections is available. Very good internet connection is there. So let's see.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your answers.
Yeah, sure. Anisha Parveen. Sophie Dishan. Raise questions in rural areas. What are the views on rural entrepreneurship? Well, Dr. Saifuddin.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Yeah, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, sir.
Yeah, about I have said about rural entrepreneurship and innovation, incubation.
Okay, sir, okay.
Yeah, that's only entrepreneurship shall be the future, because government also and other bodies, institutions, they are ready to fund. Different local bodies is also available. There are so many wide projects are available, and in our college also we have taken incubation center has taken up a lead now.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that is that.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So the students and the entrepreneurs, we have to receive the expertise from the entrepreneurs. That we have to do.
Mentoring is needed, sir.
Yes.
Mentoring is needed for students, sir.
Yeah, more mentoring is needed. More mentoring is needed.
Thank
We
you,
have
sir.
to identify the right set of entrepreneur because academicians also, they are turning up as an entrepreneur now.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your answers.
sure, Saifuddin. Next. Yeah. Yes.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Who's this?
Sir, I'm Abdul Wasim, sir. I'm a student
Abdul?
of Jamal Institute.
Yeah, tell me.
Sir, I had a doubt about the final projects on how we do final projects in this COVID-19 lockdown, sir.
Yeah, during this for the final projects, I have mentioned in the PowerPoint, companies they may have more resistance, or we have to proceed through the online mode only. Through the online tools only, through the online practices, we have to proceed our final internship, final projects. Hello?
Sir, it's not audible, sir. It's not clear, sir.
It's clear now?
Yes, sir. It's clear. Now it's clear, sir.
Yeah, regarding the final internships, companies they may be reluctant because of this pandemic situation. Through the online mode only, it could be possible. You have to contact the organization, company, and you have to submit your what you have done, your project assignment, what are the work you have completed. Like that only it could be possible.
Yes, sir. Sir, there is any companies like that accepting online projects like that, sir? Any list of companies accepted?
List of companies, we have to check based on the current situation and conditions, which organizations they are ready to offer. That we have to identify. If it is a normal situation, it is okay. You can directly visit the company, organization. You can meet the HR. You can get the project. But now, which options are there? Which industry and sector they are ready to offer? For example, health sector. That is only and digital platforms. Digital platform that is also there. I think those organizations, those companies, they may offer final projects.
Okay.
What is it? What is your specialization, Wasim?
Sir, my specialization is on marketing, sir.
Marketing
with marketing with finance, sir.
Marketing with finance.
In a marketing, I get in a marketing is specific specialization is a FMCG, sir.
FMCG. You have
more on
okay.
Yes, sir.
What was your earlier project?
Sir,
earlier secondary research or anything else?
Sir, that's also in FMCG industry, sir.
In FMCG. You did it in company or any general assignment?
It's a general assignment, sir. Done, given by college staff, our college staff.
Okay, right. Okay, thank you. Right. Yeah. Any other questions, Pa?
Good morning, yes, sir.
Yeah, good morning, Sam.
It's Dr. Sam.
Yeah.
Just kindly explain the impact of COVID based on the specialization of our students.
Based on the
specializations, how it affects each industry. The 3 or 4 industries just explain, it will be more helpful to the students.
Yeah, based on the specialization.
How it affects the marketing area, how it affects the retailing area, how it affects the finance area. If you explain this, it will be somewhat useful to the students.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a definitely it's a more relevant question based on specialization. Dr. Sam has asked it. For example, related to the retailing sector, in case of retail, hospitality, and other industries, there's a major setback is there. So, so we couldn't contact the organization because there is a more setback and more financial problems, financial issues are available now. So that kind of an arising situation is going on. And some I think in some of the different sectors, there was around 23 sectors in the industries. They may have a major setback. In a webinar, they were saying about some experts. They say that 23 sectors they have a major setback. So so that is that. I think so.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for your answer.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, tell me.
Hello. It is audible, sir.
Yeah, it's audible.
Sir, myself, Mohammed Ghaus, sir.
Mohammed Ghaus.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Sir, like you say, sir, everyone has the finance problem, but everyone has interested to start a business himself.
Yeah.
In current situation, everyone has the financial problem. They can manage to start a business, or government can step into this. They can give any funds to entrepreneurship.
Yeah, that's only in that first quote in the entrepreneurship quote. And regarding investments, we need to be more careful in this time. I think nobody they would go for investments, any small or huge investments that may not be possible now. It may not be possible according to this current situation. They won't go. They won't proceed further now. We need to wait for some time, and later only we have to take up we need to handle a careful decision.
Okay. Yeah. So government has been fund any funding is happening or not for startup, newly startup people?
Yes, for startups, some government funding is there, and other state government, central government funding is available. Plus, other bodies are there to fund.
Okay.
Yeah, they are ready to do.
But in this current situation, they cannot.
It may not. Yeah, it may not be possible, Gauss. Yes, this current situation. Your voice is your audio is not clear.
Okay.
It's breaking. Okay, thank you. Yeah.
Sir, Dawood Ali, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
A good presentation, sir. You can take examples from today's newspaper also.
Yes.
It shows your vast knowledge, sir.
Definitely.
As a faculty member, we can gain a lot of knowledge, sir.
Definitely.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, okay. And I think Anisha Parveen or from Jyotika. The question is from Jyotika. She
not writing the exam, sir.
She has not.
It will affect the job they have.
She has not written the exam.
She says, hello.
Yeah.
She is saying we have not attended our semester so far.
Yes.
And in case our exams are cancelled, how will our eligibility be, and on what basis will companies hire us? That's the question.
Yeah, because it is more uncertain, not in case of in college education, school education, and all other aspects. They are trying over because exams are cancelled, exams are postponed, like that it is going on. We have to wait for some time. Now only UGC has given to proceed for the examination, right? The article has come, instructions has come. I think in September, right? In the UGC has said to proceed for the final examination. Let us wait for some time, Ma.
Okay, sir.
Yeah? Is it
Okay,
clear,
sir.
Jyotika?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
Yeah, let us wait for some time.
Okay,
Right?
sir. Fine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What decision they take over, based on that, we shall follow it up.
Yeah, one more question from another student.
Yeah.
What about the selected students who have been placed in our college placement, the company campus placement?
Okay.
Whether they will be called for their job? The already placed students,
Yeah.
will they be called for their job? She is asking.
Placement officer maybe answer to the question.
Yeah.
Answerable.
Yeah.
Kumaraguru sir,
answer for this question.
She has come out with a correct, right, sharp question only.
It's a pertinent question asked by a student. I think he's the right person to answer this question. Dr.
Correct.
Kumaraguru.
Yeah, definitely. The placements would be offered because suddenly this situation nobody has expected. Particularly from our country, we didn't expect. From December it started. Okay, from March it took up the peak. It went to the peak. Everybody, they started to realize it is coming over. Definitely we would offer, there won't be any problem in it, because we have to get the reply from the organization, from the company authorities. We need to contact the organization, and later we have to give up the reply. Definitely offer would be given. This kind of situation, it has not been raised. Only in 2008 global economic crisis, like this kind of a situation it came. And some pitfalls was there. Let us see, inshallah, let us see if the situation is okay, if it has gone over, if it has been corrected, definitely the placements would be given for you. Offers would be given. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, with the connection to the previous question, what can students do to gain more knowledge in this lockdown period? Can you please explain few highlights?
Yes. In this lockdown period, for example, Wasim, Anisha, Parveen, and Zuhail and other students are here, right? From March onwards, my dear students, from March onwards, what you are doing after the college, it has been closed, okay? From that time onwards, what you are doing now till date? Any possible reply?
Students, please answer. Sir asking from you.
So can I ask one more question, sir?
Yeah.
So as per UGC notification, the duration of the MCA program has been reduced to 2 years from 3 years. So will it have an impact on our MBA admission, sir? Now MCA has become 2 years.
Yeah.
So will it create an impact on our, in general, MBA admission?
Yeah, MBA admissions, definitely it would be an impact will be there. We need to be aware, and we need to focus. Management schools must focus on professional branding. that is needed, that is more needed now.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for the answer.
Okay.
So I think we can
Yeah.
end our session. There are
Yes.
no questions.
Mm.
Is it okay, sir?
One student, I think Fatima Mudassir Muhaddas. A session about want a session about what are the legal actions we should take when we start a business. Okay. Okay, she has raised a question about regarding legal aspects and legal proceedings. When we like that, she has asked a very simple question. Legal actions we should take when we start a. Yeah, regarding, for example, Ministry of Corporate Affairs, they have given the set of regulations they have mentioned, how we should proceed further, what are the legal formalities, everything is available. Is it okay, ma? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the specialization, ma? What do you specialize? You are in final year or first year?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, I am first year student.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, I am going to take a HR specialization, sir.
You are going to take?
HR.
Okay, you are in the first year. You want to opt for human resource. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Human resource. What is your future aspiration?
Sir, I want to start a business, sir.
You want to start a business already? Are you having any family business?
Yes, sir.
You're having your own business. Okay. So that
Yes,
could
sir.
be developed. You better you consult a good entrepreneur or an entrepreneur or a consultant. Okay, you have some consultations, or with leading government bodies is available. Entrepreneurship bodies are there. Okay, you consult those people and what sort of steps or strategies you could apply for your own business. What could be done?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Okay, I think, shall we wind up?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you all participants for patiently listening. Thank you very much. Thank you, the speaker as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can close the meeting.
Sure. Thank you all. Thank you for your patience listening to my fellow Jamites and everyone.